So, at what age do children become confident? There really isn't an age that children become confident. Children become confident through adults purposefully pouring positivity and proper functions of the mental world, like being disciplined and keeping your promises to yourself and to the people around you, and showing up in your fullest capability and fullest capacity, and holding and maintaining a standard, but also understanding when they don't perform as well, and meeting them where they are and recognizing their personalities. And once a child feels seen, safe, and heard, they will display confidence in their own unique way. And doesn't really matter what age, in this relevance, wisdom doesn't have an age. It's not about how old somebody is to determine how wise they are when it comes to creating confidence. Confidence is a skill as well. So it's like, how often do they get to practice confidence? How often do they get to practice being assertive? How often do they get to practice being this next version of themselves? How often they get to practice that? Being stern, being outspoken, how being led, being guided, how often do they get to practice? So instead of asking what age are they going to become this thing, think about what am I doing right now to help them develop it? What practicing skills am I helping them to do so that they can practice the art of confidence? Because confidence is a skill and it has to be practiced, it has to be acquired. Just like sales is a skill, confidence is measured by your courage and decision to try, your courage and decision to do and to act, even when, it doesn't make sense yet. Confidence is also the ability to be like, what? This is not what I want. This ain't it. I don't know what this is, but this ain't it for me. And having the confidence and the ability to do that, having the confidence and the ability to trust your mind and trust your instincts and trust your inner gut and read them red flags instead of trying to paint them red. Confidence is about going after what you want by any means necessary to some extent, keeping it to where you can still sleep well at night. But you really, what, honestly though, confidence has nothing to do with that. Confidence has nothing to do with morality, if we're being real. Now, if we want to add other things to it about what you should and shouldn't do, that's based on how you feel about things, and that's on you. But for real, you don't really need to be a super nice, genuine person to be confident. Those two don't have anything to do with each other, if we're being real. And though, ideally, you would be able to build and develop confidence and use that confidence in a way that still allows you to sleep well at night and be comfortable in silence as well. All right, so let's take a quick briggity break, and I'm going to show you one of the children's meditations. So let's stay tuned.
Hey guys, it's your girl, Coach Yana, and of course we are about to get into a meditation. So before we lay down and get comfortable and relax, I want you to first go crazy. Get up and shake around and just have a good time. Don't worry about looking silly. Just have fun and be silly and get all the jitters out. Shake it out. Come on, guys, shake it out. One more time, shake it out. All right, now I want you to tighten up, tighten your whole body up. 1, 2, 3, and release. Alrighty. Now it's time to get in a really comfortable position and just relax. I want you to either lay down or sit down, whatever feels most comfortable for you. All right, now put your shoulders up to your ears and roll them back. real relaxed. Now close your eyes and just focus on listening to what I'm saying and repeating it in your mind. So listen to what I say and then repeat it in your mind. All right? So now it is time to relax. Relax the most that you've ever relaxed in your entire life.
And we're back. So as you guys know, I am a children's confidence coach, and I just want to make confidence and wellness accessible. And so, yeah, that's what I do, baby. Okay, with the courses, the memberships, and the social clubs, we do it all. But let's get back to it. So, the point that I'm really looking to sink in here is, what age do children develop confidence is irrelevant, because it's not about an age that they develop confidence. It's the fact that they develop confidence. You know what I'm saying? It's the fact that they do it, and it could be at any age, and it comes from purposefully pouring positivity into them. It comes from purposely showing them, like, look, these birds are trying to get to this bird feeder. They're trying to see if I'm going to eat them. I'm not going to eat them, guys. I'm not going to eat you guys. You can eat. Like, chill out, okay? Y'all are distracting me. Anyway, it's purposefully pouring positivity into them by giving them the opportunity to practice the skills that are necessary to be confident. Confident in what? Confident in life, in everything, in general. If they just have a baseline confidence within themselves, and someone who's actively affirming that within them and actively instilling and affirming their confidence, then they feel better. They sit up taller. They hold their head up higher. They feel valued. Children need to feel seen, safe, and heard, and then they can develop the courage to have confidence. Now, can you develop confidence in other ways? Absolutely. Just like in Monsters, Inc., can you get power and energy from scaring children and being devious and deceitful? Yeah, sure, you can. But you're so, You can also get the energy and help fuel the reality, honestly, by feeding children positivity, by feeding children real discipline and real boundaries and real understanding and real emotional intelligence, okay? And real sovereignty, real self-composure, real gutter at the same time, real aware, real streetwise, real instinctual, you know what I'm saying? Like real crazy. And sometimes, as you know, if you've seen other videos, my mama says, sometimes you gotta out crazy a mofo. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do have to remind someone, this might not be the tree you wanna bark up. Maybe you wanna find somebody else. Pick somebody else to do it, Sometimes you have to do that. So it's important for children to be able to understand when to do that, so they practice in safe environments. Because life has a way of showing us when it's late. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this thing happened. So it's best to do preventative maintenance so that you don't have to fix something later. That's what I'm trying to say. If we teach children, young girls and boys, to trust their instincts, perhaps that situation could be avoided. Certain situations that they would have to heal from, certain situations that they would have to fix, even on a light level, deep level, however it's resonating with you on that type of level. Perhaps the next generation doesn't have to experience that, because they already value themselves. They already love themselves. They already know their worth. They already do the work too, not just have a delusion of how magnificent they are with no result, no proof. Nobody else knows it other than you. then it's not real. Like Dr. Seuss says, or I don't know if it was Dr. Seuss or somebody. This wasn't Dr. Seuss. I'm getting two quotes mixed up. Somebody said, what's understood doesn't have to be explained, and what's explained isn't understood. Okay, so if people don't just see that what you're doing, if you have to talk about it, because you ain't really doing nothing. People are nosy, so you don't have to tell people what you're doing. They already know, because they're already watching. They're already looking on your stuff, so it really don't matter. So that's what I'm saying. Like, when children have less wounds, they can go further, farther, faster, and then this whole stuff will be different. The whole way the universe operates will be totally different. The whole way the children show up day to day will be totally different. Everything would be different if the children's minds were clean, cleansed, and protected. And that's the adults too. You're the gardener, you're planting, you're creating the next generation. And that's why I'm so passionate about this stuff. So that's what I'm saying. It's not about age. It's not about how old somebody is when it comes to, being confident. It's about who's pouring into them right now, because a 5-year-old can be confident. A 5-year-old can be more confident than an 80-year-old. So let's keep it all the way real. Age has nothing to do with it. Confidence is a skill that is developed and taught and trained. Okay, and the longer you wait to develop it, the longer it's gonna take to be developed. Okay, well, see you. That's all, folks. If you are interested in having your child work with me, then visit thelaptoplifecoach.com or click the link in the description for the activity clubs and the self-paced courses. And I have activities like all sprinkled in there. And what else? I'm missing something. Oh, I have an animated series as well. And since you stayed to the end of this, perhaps let's do a snippet of my animated series. So I'll see you later. Bye. Oh, and like this video if you can.
Well, I am sleepy, but I'm almost finished this course. So let me just go ahead and finish this last page. Okay. Oh, yes. Let me go add this little zebra. The kids are gonna love this. Yes, I am a little bit tired though, but and it's a little bit ugly, but I'll just go back and draw it again. But this course, the kids are gonna love it. Okay. I mean, am I really even that tired though? I feel like I'm just gonna sit here and relax. I'm probably not even gonna fall asleep. I mean, like, I guess I was tired. Yeah. What? No. This is not happening, right? I must be tripping. Okay, no. Where am I? First of all, how did I get here? Second of all, my mom is going to flip. I didn't even tell her that I was leaving.